Welcome back. A federal judge on Friday blocked the Obama administration from forcing a Christian company to comply with its contraception mandate. Tyndall House Publishers, a privately held Christian publishing house, already provides some forms of birth control to its 260 employees, but had specific objections to other types of contraception required by the mandate. Well, it's just one over 40 lawsuits pending against the White House, so will the administration be forced to give the HHS contraceptive mandate a second look? Father Robert Sirico is a Roman Catholic priest and co-founder of the Acton Institute for the Study of Religion and Liberty. He joins me now. Father, thank you so much.
Good to be with you,
and
Amy.
pardon me
Thank you
for mangling your name. But I want to...
That's all right.
Yes, I want to show our viewers at home what a federal judge decided on Friday with regard to the contraceptive mandate. And he said that the contraceptive coverage mandate affirmatively compels the plaintiffs to violate their religious beliefs in order to comply with the law. I would imagine that, Father, you agree with that assessment. Can you explain?
Well, I do. I mean, let's be very clear. The real issue here isn't contraception or abortifacients. But it's a matter of people's right to practice their religion, to observe their religious prescriptions, to obey their conscience. It was James Madison who said that conscience is the most sacred of all property rights. And if we have this property violated, our consciences, not just in religious institutions, but for instance, we have a company here with 700 employees, Autocam and Autocam Health, that's now suing the federal government for this mandate. So I think it's a very critical issue, and if people take time to look at it, they'll see this is not specific to any one particular denomination.
So let me challenge that from the administration's perspective. They say that people of conscience have to obey all sorts of labor laws with which they may morally object. So, for example, a fundamentalist Muslim has to treat female employees equally and can't, engage in any kind of gender discrimination. How do you answer that charge?
Well, are there limits to what the government can make people do with their property, with their money, with their consciences? I mean, I've just flipped that question on its head and asked the same question back. To what extent does the government have the right to dictate what we can use our money for, especially when it comes to these sensitive areas? So
you would agree that a company, for example, could violate non-gender discrimination laws if it violates their conscience?
I think in order to have pluralism in this society that we live in, we have to have people be able to express their cultural diversity in various ways. For some people, it may mean that they want particular actors to act in certain plays. To say, I'm going to discriminate against a female actress in terms of playing Hamlet. Is that a form of discrimination as well?
Well, I guess some people would say that the role would require a particular gender. But let me move it forward in terms of the HHS mandate and contraceptives. It looked like the decision on Friday was pretty narrow. It only applied to Tyndall,
yes,
and it only applied to contraceptives that the publisher believes have an abortifacient effect. Do you think that the judge ruled this too narrowly?
Well, I would have wanted a broader decision that wouldn't have just made it temporary and wouldn't just have affected abortifacients, but would have affected more broadly the right of a company to say, look, we don't agree with the whole part of this legislation that forces us to use our money. Why just abortifacients? I mean, abortifacients are also legal in this country. Are we going to be now dictated to? It's strange how this tolerance, this call for tolerance, is now turning into intolerance, isn't it?
It is. It's interesting. Father, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you. Thanks for having me, Amy.
Thank you.